Instagram page, Paddling with Bay. I've been paddling recreationally on my own for over 4 years now. But when I first started, I had no idea what I was doing. And maybe I still don't, but I have been doing this long enough to have figured out a few things along the way. And if you're like I once was, you may not have anyone to turn to for even the simplest of questions like, what do I even wear kayaking? And figuring out where to start can be stressful. So I hope I can decrease your stress level just a little bit by sharing with you my top 5 favorite pieces of paddling gear and why I love them. Number 5, a good pair of water shoes. This pair is the NRS Vibe, and I love this pair of water shoes because it also looks like regular sneakers. These are, in fact, water shoes though. These are perfect for paddling on hot summer days, and I pretty much wear them around the campsite when I'm done paddling for the day as well. So this is totally fashion meets function, which is why I love these shoes. I think they're super cute, they're comfortable, and they dry quickly. And notice I said warm weather because these are not the shoes you'd be wearing for cold weather conditions. When it comes to kayaking in cold weather, I go to my neoprene water shoes or my neoprene boots that I have. So the neoprene is basically the same thing wetsuits are made out of. The water kind of circulates in there and helps to keep your feet warm. So these are great for paddling on colder days. What I also really like about these shoes, these are the NRS Kickers, is that the soles are actually really thick, which is great for walking across rugged or less than ideal terrain. A lot of launches I do up in these mountain lakes will be very rocky, and it really is painful, jagged rocks with a pair of shoes that are very thinly soled. And they stay on well. I love this Velcro on top, and they're really, really comfortable. So again, pair of wet shoes, make sure you choose the right ones for the right condition. And let's move on to number 4. Number 4, a good pair of pants. So when I first started, again, I had no idea what I was doing. So I just wore literally the same leggings I would wear to the gym. Just usually polyester or nylon stretch pants and the same kind of top. I have since become a kayaking adult and learned that there's actual paddling gear. My favorite being the Hydroskin line by NRS. I love this line, which is why when you look at my paddling page, you see me kayaking in it every single time I'm kayaking. I have on a pair of Hydroskin pants. What I like about these is one, again, it's neoprene, so it's the same material as the boots, same material as a wetsuit, which is wonderful because when you're kayaking, your butt kind of gets wet as you get in and out the kayak, but when you're wearing these pants, you can't tell it's wet, and it doesn't feel like you're sitting in this sloshy swamp for your entire paddle. And like I said, they're intended to keep you warm. Even on a chilly morning, I've worn these, and when I get wet, I can't even tell that I'm wet, like I'm not cold at all. These are so comfortable. They're stretchy. They feel like second skin. And one thing I love is these do a really good job of holding in that tummy. So they're also really flattering. So these are my go-to 100% bottoms every single time I paddle is a pair of Hydroskin bottoms. And that takes us to number 3. What do I wear on top? Well, it depends on the day. Some days I wear a simple gym tank top like I have on in the video. Other days I want some more coverage, and so I'll wear a different kind of top called a rash guard. I really like this shirt. It's super comfortable. Main material here is nylon. It's water wicking, so when it gets wet, it doesn't stay wet. You dry off really quickly, which is great. But what I really love about this shirt in terms of protection is the material is UPF 50. So you have a really good amount of protection from the sun in these shirts, which is super important when you're sitting in an open kayak all day. So just something to think about. And they come in long sleeve and short sleeve, which is awesome. I wish they came in tank tops just because, again, in the hot summer days, I love paddling in tank tops. And I know that leaves my arms exposed, but NRS, if you're listening, some rash guard tank tops, if that's a thing, would be super awesome. Hydroskin also has tops. They have jackets and they actually have long sleeve tops. But this is just, again, great for warmth and great for those mornings when you're paddling and it's chilly. And I pretty much always carry them with me, whether I use them or not, depends on the weather. But I always have the Hydroskin jacket or a top with me just in case. For those really crisp mornings, I love having a waterproof jacket because the Hydroskin will keep you feeling dry, but it doesn't actually keep you dry. So if it's cold enough outside, you will still feel the cold. And that's when I pull out my waterproof paddling jacket by NRS as well. I love these wrist gaskets down here, because what they do is they create a nice tight seal around your wrist to prevent you from getting that water that can drip in as you're paddling. And it's also really breathable and movable. So again, just something else to have in your arsenal on those colder days that aren't quite necessitating a dry suit, but are too cold just for a regular rash guard. All right, let's move on to number 2, a dry bag. Most kayaks nowadays are battery or electric, and you definitely don't want these submerged in water or getting wet. So I always make sure to safely tuck these away in a small dry bag, along with my camera batteries and anything else that's easily accessible that I don't want to get wet. This is a simple one by Sea to Summit. I'm pretty sure I got it from REI. But these are just great to have. They keep water out, keep your important things safe in here, and I love having these. I also always kayak with a bigger dry bag because I go with a lot of gear. This one is probably my favorite. It's from Oru Kayak. And this is their waterproof backpack, which I love. This is a huge 35-liter dry bag. I just love the sleekness of this black bag. It functions just like a regular dry bag, meaning you just fold it over a few times, at least 3, and clip it, and all your gear is safe to go. And then you just wear it like you would any other backpack. And this is totally another fashion meets function for me. Could you get any dry bag? Absolutely. I just happen to really like this one. The most important takeaway here is that you should have something you should be able to store your gear in. I think the bigger dry bag is most important for storing like your extra layers in. Like let's say, again, the day starts off cold and I'm wearing my Hydra Skin jacket, or I'm wearing my splash jacket. Well, when I get warm and take it off, I'm going to want to be able to store them in something that's going to keep them dry in case I need them for later. So that's why I always walk with a bigger dry bag as well. And I just stick this in the kayak and it goes along on my paddle with me. But better to have and not need than to need and not have. And that takes us to number 1. So what's the most important thing that I take on the water? Number 1, and this is not a like, this is a must-have. A good PFD. This one is the Chinook by NRS, and maybe it's called the Chinook, but I like calling it the Chinook because the word she is in it, and it's for women, so I like saying Chinook. But this is the Chinook by NRS, and there are a few things I love about this life jacket. One, it is a high back PFD, and that just means that the flotation foam that's here is void in the lower back. And that's important because your seat will get in the way if there's flotation material all the way down to the bottom. And so it'll kind of like push you forward, which is really uncomfortable. Of course, if it's uncomfortable, you won't wear it. The features that I love, love, love about this particular PFD are the pockets. I mean, come on ladies, who doesn't love pockets? So these pockets are actually really big. There's 2 big ones in front. I have an iPhone Pro 13 and it fits in here with no problem, which is great because I have easy access to my phone to take pictures, and I can just put it away and tuck it away safely in here. And then it has multiple small pockets that I store little things in, like more chapstick because mama always needs chapstick. I store stuff for my camera, like the little cleaning cloth to clean my camera lens in here. Just things that I know that I'm going to need handy and easy access to is what I love using these pockets for. So I like having these pockets front and center, easiest thing to get to. This is also a really good life jacket if you're on the bustier side like yours truly. Why? Because that's actually really hard to find a good life jacket that fits and is comfortable. And as you'll see in all my videos, I do not paddle without this life jacket. And so find yourself a life jacket that is comfortable because you don't want anything to be a barrier to you wearing it on the water regularly, because you should have your PFD on, because no one usually plans on capsizing. It just happens. And if it happens and you need your life jacket and it's not on, you're already behind the ball. And that's it. Those are my top 5 must-haves for paddling. I hope that helps you out just a little bit with what to wear while kayaking. Please hit like and subscribe for more. And if you're wondering where I've been or where Bentley and I are going next, be sure to check us out on Instagram, again, at Paddling with Bay. Bye.